UNC in Syracuse. Yes, Syracuse in the Final Four in Houston. Jordan Schultz, you're going to break down the matchup and pick a winner. But first, your broad overview. What are you seeing?
I think Carolina wants to run with all those athletes, get them in space. And I think the biggest thing for Syracuse and Jim Boeheim is let's make Carolina go against our 2-3 matchup zone. Let's sit down in the half court and make them score without the speed of the game.
And now you got to watch out for that press that Jim Boeheim's been throwing out there. Let's start with the Orange because they're on this phenomenal run. Who's your biggest X factor?
I would go with Malachi Richardson. He's had a really good tournament. Not necessarily a great freshman year, although he's had really great moments. But his best moment came against Virginia. I'm not sure he understands the stakes and just how big of a deal it is. Regardless, he goes for 23 against maybe the best defense in America. He's got great length and size. He can shoot it. And I don't know if there's a more talented guy on the Syracuse roster, even Michael Benajay.
The one seeds did not do well this weekend, except for one, North Carolina. Your X factor for the Tar Heels.
It's got to be Bryce Johnson. I think Bryce Johnson is the one guy that nobody in this tournament, let alone Syracuse, can guard. You put him in the middle of that zone, you can almost see it, just like this, against 2-3 Notre Dame zone. And then you got Isaiah Hicks, the ACC Sixth Man of the Year. Both those guys are really good decision makers in the middle of the paint. And Hicks is a guy, when he scores in double digits, Carolina's 17-2 this year. You sit one of those guys down in the middle of the zone, you let them make a decision, especially Bryce Johnson, who's got some more range. And all of a sudden, you're thinking, how is Syracuse going to stop Carolina in the half court?
So the last 3 times these two teams have met, UNC has won all 3 meetings. That obviously has nothing to do with this particular game in Houston, but what's your prediction?
I like the Heels. I think Syracuse rides this momentum. They use that destiny thing and they keep it close, but I think North Carolina just has too many horses. We haven't even touched on Justin Jackson. And then let's talk about the backcourt. Marcus Page, by far, playing his best basketball of his senior year, playing really well, efficiently from the perimeter, shooting the 3 better than maybe he ever has. And then obviously Joel Berry, Mr. Steady for Roy Williams. Not necessarily the most well-known guy on this team, but he gives you another guy that can really handle it. He allows Page to play off the ball, and he's a fantastic decision maker. Those 2 guys, I'm not sure that Syracuse can really match them, and they're the ones that are going to be distributing the ball against the zone. Those guys are the main reason for me.
This is UNC's 19th appearance in the Final Four, more than any other program in history, but it's first since 2009. And what happened that year, Jordan Schultz?
A title for the Heels.